Kilo Code gives you access to over 500 AI models through Kilo Gateway, a single endpoint. That's awesome, but it also creates a new problem. Which model do you really put to work for your project? Generic benchmarks are nice, but they don't really help here. They test on standardized tasks and not your exact code, your framework, patterns, or architecture. That's what the Kilo Bench feature solves. Let me show you. So here we are inside my IDE in the Kilo Code extension. Let's hop into the benching tab. It's right here, quick and accessible. We click on it, we get a quick description of what the benchmarking mode does. Then we hit run benchmark. As you can see, the UI is completely integrated with Kilo Code's theme. Now, let's head over and select our preferences. These are the default preferences. You can leave these as is or customize them. I'm going to say my 90% importance is quality. Relevance is also pretty important. Speed is decently important, and cost is not as big of a deal. I'm going to go for 3 problems per mode to make it extra thorough. And I'm going to leave it as all modes selected so I can get a full comparison of how each model performs within Kilo Code on my code base. So let's hit done, and we're going to deselect any selected models, and we're going to go for Opus 4.6 versus Sonnet 4.6 versus 5.2 codecs. Now, we might even get surprising results to where Sonnet's better than Opus. Who knows? We'll find out how they perform on our code base. So now, let's hit generate and run. Awesome. So now, the problems is being generated. Kilo Bench is analyzing my code base. It's going to read the file structure, detect the languages and the frameworks, and look at all the key source files. Then it's going to generate a total of 15 coding challenges. That's due to there being 5 modes used and 3 problems per mode. So now, each model is running every single challenge. So each of them has mode-specific system prompts, and we're going to see in the end the scores of the speed, cost, quality, etc. So let's fast forward, as this can take a while as it's extremely thorough. So looks like the evaluation of the model outputs literally just finished. As you can see, we just got a leaderboard of which models perform best overall, and we can see also the cost, time, and token usage comparison. It shows that each 3 of these models are usable on this codebase. And the codebase I used here was the Kilo Code extension codebase itself. So let's go down a little bit. Over here we have our performance radar. Here we can see how each model balances cost, quality, relevance, and speed. This can help us decide whatever model we want to use on our specific codebase based on the trade-offs. Also, an even more Kilo Code specific area. This is probably my favorite one. I just love seeing all these bar charts with a detailed overview. So I can see which model I should choose for architect, code, debug, ask, and orchestrator. For example, when working on the Kilo Code codebase, I would probably be using Sonnet 4.6 for debug, ask, and orchestration, while I would use Opus 4.6 for coding and 5.2 codecs for the architectural planning. Also, I can see the head-to-head where I can see maybe a comparison between 5.2 codecs and Sonnet 4.6, for example, and I can see which model does best on the specific problems themselves. Also, there's a quick cost chart to look at, and this is also a really great tool that I really loved. So it allows you to see how the model specifically balanced the 2 main aspects any developer would look at: cost and accuracy. So as you can see here, 5.2 codecs is the most efficient model, while if you pay a little bit more, you can get that slight quality improvement that Sonnet 4.6 would offer in this code base, and that can make a big difference. So this overall helps you decide what models to use, when to use them, and how to use them within KiloCode on your specific code base. It adapts based on your patterns, functions, code base architecture, language, all those things that a benchmark simply cannot match. And it's powered by the best agentic coder out there. As you can see, every developer needs this. I hope to work to raise a PR soon into the main KiloCode repo, as this is just a direct fork of the KiloCode codebase. This would allow even more people to improve their workflow significantly with KiloCode by benching their models with it. So stop guessing what model to use, just benchmark it using KiloBench. Thank you for watching.